What's up, everybody? It's me, Joe Pisapia, and can you believe it? We made it. We're here. It's week 1 of the NFL, and we're going to start our betting journey together, you and I. It's going to take twists and turns. It's going to be a beautiful time, and I want you to be here with us the entire time. So make sure you subscribe to our Betting Pros channel, and don't forget to click that little bell till it goes ding. By the way, if you comment below on this video with some of the picks you're on, or you tell me you like or you don't like, I don't care. Let's just talk, you and me. You just might win yourself an autographed Aaron Jones jersey, thanks to us here at Betting Pros. Why? Because we love giving away free stuff, because we love you, and that's a very nice thing. So let's get after it, ladies and gentlemen. It is time to start betting on the NFL. These are my top 10 bets for all the games in week 1. Let's get at it. Let's kick things off with Thursday Night Football. The Chiefs at home against the Lions. I want the Chiefs side of this game, -5.5 in their own building, hoisting another banner at -105 on FanDuel. Now, this number started out at 6.5, and I was kind of wishy-washy on this game to start. However, with the news that Travis Kelce might not be available at the time we're recording this video, this number has already moved down another point. And with Pat Fitzmaurice reminding me on the show of giving Andy Reid extra time to prepare is always a really, really good thing for the Kansas City Chiefs. Well, Andy Reid has had a very long time to prepare for the Detroit Lions, who I think are going to play tight in this game. They're also down a cornerback. So even without Kelce, I still think the Chiefs win this one at home by more than a touchdown. So I love the fact that we're getting 5.5 here. It makes me feel warm and fuzzy. I want it. Let's go. Number 10. We want some action on Thursday night because football is here. And gosh darn it, I want to be betting on it. Number 9 on our list here is the Denver Broncos at home, -3.5. That's a -110 spot at home against the Raiders. You can get this over at Caesars over at bettingpros.com. So look, I know that the Denver Broncos have a long way to go to rebuild the disaster that was 2022. But Sean Payton has a year off, refreshed. I think he's got a good, fresh outlook. I know Jerry Jeudy's not going to play in this game. I understand that the Denver Broncos still are trying to pull themselves out of the mud, but I think the Raiders are a really good spot for them to come out guns a-blazing. Yeah, 3.5 might be a pretty decent number, but I still believe that Broncos win this one handily. Although the Raiders can get after the quarterback, my concern with the Raiders is still how healthy is Josh Jacobs going in here in terms of workload into this game, and how good can Jimmy Garoppolo be running this offense here? I know he's familiar with it in some sense, but at the same time, it's still Jimmy Garoppolo. The offensive line is still questionable, and I think the Denver Broncos defense carries this one in the day to more than the 3.5. So give me the Broncos. And let's get on to number 8, which is the Jags on the road against the Indianapolis Colts. 4.5 is the number, -110 over at BetMGM. Now, I know a few weeks ago, a lot of people were chirping about this number being a trap game potentially for the Jaguars. I just don't see it. No Jonathan Taylor. To me, this one is a slam dunk for the Jaguars, who looked really good towards the end of last season. This was a team that had to turn themselves around, just like the Denver Broncos do this year. And the Jags did it with Doug Peterson last year. You're going to get Anthony Richardson starting this game, and there's going to be a lot of hype around that, a lot of excitement, but I think it fades very quickly. It would not shock me if the Colts got up early, actually, in this game, but I think over time, some of the mistakes that the young quarterback will make will lead to a very decisive Jaguars victory. This is an important game for the Jags to get off on the right foot. They have expectations to win this division. This is a game you need to win, and you take advantage of the rookie early on, and I'm going to do that too with the Jags side of this game. Number 7 on our list, emotions are going to run high, but I'm going to be on the side of emotions. The Jets on the money line, Monday Night Football, +120 at home over the Bills. You can get this number over on DraftKings right now. It's going to be 9-11. It's going to be Aaron Rodgers' first start as a New York Jet in front of the home crowd, in front of two teams here that are going to be playing in New Jersey, but both have NY in terms of where they are from. And this is going to be a lot going on in this game. I do believe the Jets defense is for real. I'm still concerned about the Bills defense that really struggled down the stretch last season. And I think that Aaron Rodgers and the Jets find a way at the end of the day to come out with a W. I'm not going to put too much stock into that W. I still think the Jets would be a huge work in progress, even if they pulled off this upset at home against the Bills. But regardless, I do think all the emotions and the moment are not going to be too big for the Jets, not going to be too big for Aaron Rodgers in this instance. And I'm going to be on the Jets on Monday night. Next on our list is the Vikings at home, -6 at -110 versus the Buccaneers. And you can get this one at BetMGM. I know the Vikings defense leaves a lot to be desired, but I think Brian Flores will at least bring some discipline to this unit, which is something they lacked last year. At the end of the day, I just think the Vikings offense is going to just embarrass the Buccaneers, and they won't be able to keep up. The Buccaneers and Baker Mayfield in a shootout with Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson, not buying it. So I think the Vikings win this one by a lot, and the Bucs are off to a very rocky start to 2023. Yeah, they might upset some teams. I just don't think it's going to be on the road in Minnesota in week 1 against an offense that just does not quit. Number 5 on our list, the Washington Commanders at home, -7 at the -109 number over the Arizona Cardinals. You can find this one at Sugar House over at bettingpros.com. I'm not going to say many times this year, boy, I really feel confident about the Commanders beating somebody. But they are at home, and the Cardinals are that bad. The offensive line is atrocious. They're starting a rookie quarterback who has never taken a snap in the NFL, and no knock on Clayton Tune. He had a good career in college, but this is the big leagues, kid. This is the NFL, and I just think the Washington Commanders are going to steamroll the Cardinals, which is going to be a theme, I think, in 2023, and these numbers are going to get bigger and bigger as the season goes on, as people really understand just how bad the Cardinals are, because they are just that bad. I expect Jahan Dotson to have at least 1 touchdown in this game, and I think the Commanders, excited with Sam Howell, come out of the gate guns a-blazing. I think that's a good thing for the Commanders, a bad thing for the Cardinals. And again, get ready, it's going to be a lot of Cardinals hate in 2023, but that's a good thing because we can make some money on it. Let's move on to number 4 on our list, the Atlanta Falcons, -3.5 at home versus the Carolina Panthers. You're getting the -3.5 at -110. You can get this number over on FanDuel right now. If you've been listening to the shows for the last few weeks here in the preseason, you know that I like the Falcons to win this division, and it starts here. This could be a big win for them at home against a rookie quarterback. I don't care if he's the first rookie taken in the NFL draft. Bryce Young is talented. Bryce Young also plays in front of an offensive line that really is a work in progress and really struggled this preseason. That's a bad thing potentially for the Panthers. And the Falcons, I think, are going to get off to a hot start here behind Bijan Robinson and behind Drake London and Kyle Pitts. I think it's just a new, fresh start here without Marcus Mariota for the Falcons. And I think they're starting to gain some confidence here, and that's a really good thing. I understand we have questions about Desmond Ridder being the starting quarterback, but let's put those aside. This is a very winnable game for the Falcons, especially with the concern of whether or not Brian Burns is going to play in this game too. That's a big piece to take away from that Panthers defense. So give me the Falcons, give me the points at home, and let's do some dirty business with the Dirty Birds. That sounds dirty. On to the next. It's time to kick it up a notch with our next pick here, which is the Green Bay Packers on the road over the Bears, right on the money line at even money on FanDuel. Well, I understand that Aaron Rodgers is gone, and he's taken his 25-5 record with him against the Chicago Bears, and now the Bears feel all strong. We've got Justin Fields, we've got some new toys here on offense like DJ Moore, and we made some changes to the offensive line, but I still believe in that Packers defense, and I still believe at the end of the day, the Packers find a way to win this game, so I might as well go straight to the money line for it because the line is so close. Basically, a point on either side is what you're getting as the week draws on. So just give me the Packers to win outright on the road, and Jordan Love starts to set a new record and a new standard of beating the Bears. I know, Chicago, you hate me right now, but I don't care. This is about making money. This is not about making friends. And I think we're going to make some on Green Bay this weekend. So let's bet the Packers right on that money line as the Jordan Love era officially kicks off this Sunday. Did somebody say upsets? Let's go. Number 2, how about the Browns at home on the money line +120 over the Bengals? You can get this one over at PointsBet. Now, I understand Joe Burrow's trending towards playing in this game, but he hasn't thrown a football in a few weeks, and I'm expecting him to come out a little rusty in this one. This is a perfect opportunity for the Browns to get a big in-division win at home against the favorite for this division. I still think the Bengals are the class of this division, and I still think the Bengals eventually win this division. But week 1, wacky things always happen, and wouldn't it be wacky if the Cleveland Browns got off to this start here, beating the big old scary Bengals right here out of the gate? Elijah Moore could be a huge playmaker. Look for Nick Chubb to have a big game. And look, this is a new secondary basically here in place for the Bengals. It's got to learn to communicate and play together. So give me the Browns and the upset. I'm feeling saucy, Cleveland. Cleveland rocks the Bengals in week 1. You heard it here first. Which brings us to our final best bet of the week. I love the home underdog. Give it to me. Pittsburgh Steelers at home on the money line against the 49ers, plus 120 at FanDuel. Now, George Kittle may or may not play in this game, but I don't care. I was taking the Steelers anyway. You know why? Because the Steeler defense is really good. I think Kenny Pickett is ready to take that next step forward, and he did show you some signs this preseason that he is ready to run this offense in a much better direction behind a remade offensive line. The two-headed monster run game of Najee Harris and Jalen Warren, I think, is enough to really slow the pace of this game down, really bring the 49ers down to the level of the Steelers, and that's a place where Mike Tomlin is always going to succeed. Brock Purdy's still working his way back from injury too, let's not forget. Oh wait, and Nick Bosa, probably not trending towards a good place of playing in this game. So you put all these things together and it equals a Pittsburgh Steelers win at home. Terrible towels a-waving for Mike Tomlin and the black and gold. Let's go, Steelers. Don't disappoint me. All right, everybody, there you have it. Those are my favorite bets for week 1 in the NFL. I want to hear what you're in on, so don't forget, drop the comments below and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you just might win that autographed Aaron Jones jersey. But don't forget to click the little bell till it goes ding, because that's how you know if you are going to get that jersey. That's how we notify you, so make it easy on us to give you free stuff. That works for me. Oh, and don't forget to join our NFL contest, too, if you love free stuff, because we're giving away more of that. Download the BP app, go to the community tab, scroll down, look for the NFL contest, join that bad boy, and of course, if that's too hard for you, you could just go to bettingpros.com/NFL contest. That's pretty easy. So, congratulations, everybody. It's time for the 2023 NFL season. I'm happy to be here betting with you. You're happy to be here betting with me. What a beautiful day it is. So let's have some fun this season. Again, drop the comments below, subscribe, and happy NFL Week 1 to all of you who celebrate.